Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. We are going to do an envelope project today, and for this I was inspired by Margaret over at SevenPlaza. She did an envelope series during April, and I didn't get to watch it during April. I didn't watch any of them, so I'm kind of playing catch up, and this particular project looked a lot of fun, and it was a little bit different to anything I've done before with an envelope. And if you're a regular around my channel, you know I quite like working with envelopes. So I have this envelope here which was sent to me by the beautiful Selena. Hi Selena, thank you so much for this, for the envelopes that you sent me. They are still providing me much joy. I'm just gonna do a little repair here while I think about it, just to glue that flap shut. So for this project, Margaret was using an A5 size envelope. So your typical envelope, business style, is kind of like this big. This one's bigger, and I didn't think I had any, and then I was like, I wonder if Selena had sent me any of that size, and yes she had, which is just fun. You could use any size envelope in reality, but I really just wanted to try it out with the same size that Margaret herself used. And she used a window envelope. I did have some brand new envelopes this size without a window, and I would have done the project with that, but I'm happy I found one in my stash. So it's a little bit uneven at the top here. Is it going to fit in my trimmer, in my guillotine? It's actually slightly longer than A5, I think. So no, it's not going to fit in there. That's a bit sad, but oh well. We will just use our scissors. And I just want to trim that up a little bit. I'm kind of a bit sad to use this envelope because I really like the pattern inside, and I was tempted to keep it and use it for collage, just using the inside. This really cool sort of I guess woven texture on the inside in the blue. Super pretty, but I also want to do this project, so I'm just going to bite the bullet and do it. Okay, need to also open this side here, so the furthest one away from your window. You need to slice that open carefully. So I'm just going to lay my, whoops, I succeeded in gluing that, actually closed a little bit there. Lay the knife flat and just slide it along the crease very carefully to open up that side, so like so. Oops, and I did go a bit off there. Didn't keep it quite flat enough. Can we get back in there? Probably not. I think we'll just call it good enough. We'll fix it up if it needs fixing. Okay, so we're going to fold this in. We don't want to cover our window. I'm just looking for a page. I want to make sure it's going to fit on a page. So I'm going to take it right to the edge of my page. It could actually hang out a little bit and create a tab on that side, so that might give me a little bit more to work with if I do that. So I'm going to make it slightly wider than my journal page, and if I have to, I will hang it over the edge as like a little page tab, and I think that will be fine. Right. So far so good. So what we're going to end up with is 3 pockets. We'll have a pocket here, and then a pocket at the top up here. If I can get into it. Okay, so there'll be 3 pockets. So this pocket will be that wide, and then our 2 pockets will be that deep going in from here. So first off, I want to put something nice inside that window that we see. And for the collaging of this project, I'm going to use my new digital, the sheet music covers. Margaret did one. Did I say Rachel before? If I did, I meant Margaret. Please, I'm so used to saying Rachel, I think I may have said Rachel. This is not Roxy's Weekly Challenge. This is Margaret from SevenPlaza doing all about envelopes. That's her series over on her channel. So back to this. Margaret did one. She did 2 of these on camera. She did one with her digital and then one with documents. So I thought, well, sheet music covers have got me covered. So I've printed out a few that I thought I might use, and then this one I did 4 to a page, and I thought that could be quite nice in the window just with this beautiful font. I have no idea what it says, but it's piano music, so it can't be anything bad, surely. So I'm just going to cut out one of these. So the link for this kit will be in the description box, or the kits actually. It comes in an A4 size and a US letter size, so I'll link both of those. Just be careful if you want to purchase it that you purchase the right size, because I can't refund a digital kit or do anything about it once you've purchased it. So please do make sure that you buy the right size that you're after. They are clearly labelled in the listings. So just do a double check before you hit the submit button, or whatever the button says. So let's have a look. Well, it doesn't need to cover the whole window because this pocket's going to sit over top. So it just needs, you need to trim a little bit off the bottom of that. So that's a fun little scrap there. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. We can even get the poor piano, P-O-U-R. I guess that means for piano in whatever language it's in. So that's going to sit over there. So we're not going to see all of it. We could probably push it over a little bit more actually, over this way. So the D is quite close to the edge of the window. So I want to see as much of that prettiness as possible. So we want to push it over even further, even at the, and we might lose some of the D, but we'll get more of the M, because the M is particularly pretty, I think. It's just a little snippet, isn't it? It's just a wee snippet, but that's okay. So I need to now take it back out of there and put some glue on it and glue it back in, and hopefully get it in the right place. So I hope you're all having a good week so far. Mine's been quite busy, quite tiring, but on the whole I'd have to say not too bad. It's very cold today though, and very, very cold. It's heading on towards mid-afternoon and I am still cold. Not quite as cold as I was this morning, but cold enough. Oh, no, need to get right in under there. Oops, a little bit too far. Doesn't even have to be straight really, 'cause it's just something decorative. Okay, now I've just had thought, I glued it to the back. Should I have glued it actually to the front bit? I don't think it matters, because when we put our journal card in, it's going to cover that over, so you'll only see it when you take the journal card out. Well, I've done it now, so I'm just going to leave it. So think about that. You might actually want to glue it to this front part so it's permanently behind the window, as opposed to behind on the back piece where whatever you put in is going to actually cover it over. But like I said, when you take the journal card out, it will be visible. So I'm happy enough. Let's move on after my little error there of thinking. I'm going to just whip the white off the top and bottom of these to start with. Oh, there's a helicopter going on outside, flying over. And the neighbour in behind me has been using the chainsaw off and on today, and it's very, very loud. So if there's a loud noise at some point, machinery sort of noise, it's quite possibly my neighbour at the chainsaw again. So I don't know what they're doing. They're pruning their bushes or something. I don't know. Can't see. I can just jolly well hear it. It's very, very noisy because it's not far away. Right. Should have prepared these before I turned on the camera, but never mind. I've still got the sides to do, but it just doesn't fit lengthways in my guillotine. Right. Can I tempt ruling them? I just love this. So, so pretty. And this tear here, I love this tear. I think it's such fun. Right, let's try tearing. It is only copyweight paper, this paper. Since I'm collaging with it, I thought, well, I don't need the heavier paper. And the copy paper is definitely easier to tear than the presentation paper. So far so good. Just whip through these so that then we can start collaging up our envelope. There is a little bit of a border around these that I did in a similar colour to the music, just to try and sort of, I didn't want the design to cut off in your printer, so I shrunk it a little bit and then gave it a border so that if the border does print, you're still getting some colour, but not at the risk of cutting the design off when you print it. So if you see there's a wee border around when you print out, that is why. It's quite deliberate. And one more. I don't know how many we'll need for this, but I thought, well, if I mix and match between 3, that should be good. Oops, went a wee bit off on that one. I got a bit overconfident in my tearing. So that I'm just gonna straighten up where I went off kilter. It's not completely fixed, but it's good enough. And one more side, and then we're ready to get down to action. Right. See, it takes one to be overconfident that goes wrong, that makes you like, right, concentrate. You need to tear this properly. Okay, what would we like on this front panel here? Do I want something with the graphic? I really like the horses. So maybe we want to put that there. So I'm envisaging that this will be glued down to the page, so I'm not going to worry about the back. And that's how Margaret did it as well. She didn't do anything on the back. So I'm not going to either. There's no point covering it if you're going to just glue it down to the page. But if you want to do it as a flip or as something that you tuck into a pocket or clip on a page or something, then you might want to add some writing paper or decorate it on the back. This scene is a little when you actually really look at it, it's not actually a happy scene. It's like these wolves or whatever they are, maybe foxes, I'm not sure, are attacking the sleigh, and this lady's looking a bit scared and the horses are looking a bit upset. But I think if I break it down into parts, then it's not so bad. We can get past that. So we've just got some fun horses with some sleigh bells. I probably should have taken that down a bit because we've got a little bit of the border, but it's okay. I am just going to glue that on. I'm wondering whether I should have grabbed out 2 envelopes because I did have another this size that Selena sent me. I don't know, we'll do one and see how we are for time as to whether we can actually fit another one in. I don't have any printables to hand for another one, but you can always find something, even if we just did a traditional scrappy collage. Don't have to do it all with a digital. You can use whatever you like to do the collaging. But I thought this was a perfect use for these sheet music covers. I do so love them. I think they are stunning and fun and beautiful and just all the goodness, and old, you know, they're all old. Okay, so that's going to have a thumb notch in here, so we need to also put something in behind there so that when we have that thumb notch taken out, we're not looking at this blue, because the blue will be highly contrasting. So do we want to use a bit of this? Could just use that text. I'm just going to take it down to pretty much the top of the capital letters so we can see as much of the text as possible. And which way round do we want it? That way? Or I actually think I like it that way, so in that case I'm going to take off the little bottom bit of the R that sticks down and take it to the bottom of the text. I should have this round the other way. It'd be easier to tear, but I was already part way into it and it's like, no, I'm not stopping now, I'm just going to go with it. Okay, so let's cut it down to there. Oops, hold on to it, dear. Press down there, and we're going to lose a lot of the S, but that's okay. Okay, there. That's actually quite a fun little snippet. I'll put that in my collage phone book. So we're going to put this in along the edge here. I think that's at the point that Margaret used washi tape to cover that bit, but I'm going to just use this. Going to be a little bit tricky getting it in there without gluing everything up, but we can do it. We can do anything. Well, not quite anything. Right. Maybe if I unfold it might be easier. Oh look, that's way easier. Can you see? Just takes a little bit of thought and we can do it. Now that back edge doesn't seem to be particularly straight, but yay! Okay, that was a lot easier doing it that way. So we've just got that really cool graphic, most of which will be hidden. So I'm going to take the chance that this is dry enough to punch. So I'm going to go about the middle and put a thumb notch. Oh, that's going to be right on Horsey's ears. And his eye. No, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put it up towards the top. because I don't want, yeah, I didn't want to punch over his head. So we've just got that little graphic peak happening there. And then there's no thumb notch on this back one, but it is a pocket. Yes, I had a sudden thought, are they meant to be top pockets? No. My goodness, my brain is going to sleep, I think. It stopped working or something. So this top, we need to also put a thumb notch in. Now, I haven't got a lot of space along the top there. So it's going to be just like over here, but the pocket's going to be, so that could be a bit funny. Would it make sense to put one in the top there? Thinking. Well, we need to collage this anyway. So what I'm going to do is it basically goes to the L on limited there. So I'm just going to draw a line a bit further over, because I don't need to collage in here. It's not going to be seen. I just need to do this part, but that's going to give me an idea of where I need to collage to and slightly further in, so that we don't have any accidental peekaboos of the envelope base. Okay, let's look at what we want to put here. Something like that. That's quite fun. I think I'm just going to go with that. So if we drop it about, just going to go, oh, that's not a straight edge. That's where I tore it funky. Okay, let's try and use a straight edge. Might be helpful. About there. I'm going to chop through part of the text, but that's okay. There. And I'm going to take a little bit off that edge because it is not straight. And will it fit? Yes, it will fit now. So I'm just going to straighten that up. Not super critical, it's just going to help me kind of work things out, because if it's wonky, it's going to kind of throw my eye off a bit. There, and if we take it, let's mark it, might be easier. That here, and trim it there. Dropping the tops of the letters off. Okay. Yep, so that fits there. And we could do it further over, so not super critical on how wide, but I'm just going to go about there. So we've still got to work around the window yet. One step at a time, my friends. So that's going to go in there. Wondering the best way to do this. Whether I just do the top and bottom and put something else down the side. Might be the easiest way. So let's just do that. Just going to use tacky glue. been doing a lot of coffee dyeing and colour dyeing over the last couple of days, and I'm very, very happy with how things are turning out. It's super cool, beefing up my stock of papers, which is fantastic. I might have to buy some more paper, just plain copy paper, when I go out this Friday. Hubby and I are having a day out going thrifting. Oh, doesn't that sound terrible? A day thrifting. How awful. How sad that I've got to spend a day out thrifting. That's what he's chosen to do for his birthday. His birthday is today as I'm recording this. I'm recording this on Wednesday, and that's his birthday today, but he's taking Friday off instead of... Oh, did I tear that wrong? No, just must have shifted. Because at his work, they get their day off, their birthday off, or a day of their choosing if they don't want to take the actual day off. So he's chosen Friday, so looking for it. Going around hopefully some shops that we haven't been to before, which should be fun. And I told him about a secondhand bookstore that I recently learned of, which is supposed to be really good and affordable. And I told him about it, and he says, this is for me, not for you, with a big smile on his face. And then he's like, oh, it's the mall it's in is called Bishopdale, and we haven't been there for a long time. He's like, oh, we haven't been there for a long time, maybe we should go. And it's like, yeah, maybe I could use this little decorative bit just to bridge the gap there, because we don't need to go top to bottom. I'm just going to tear it right at the edge of those little lines. See, these are cool scraps because they're not white. See, that's white. That's definitely not white. It's still coloured and got a bit of texture. You might not be able to see in the picture, but there's some creases and fun bits and pieces. That bit, though, I will throw because, yeah. Right. So I'll probably trim a bit more down. Maybe there. What's that going to look like? Yep, that looks good there. Just sitting on top of that text. And then here, I'm going to take it up maybe to that point. Yep, that makes sense. Yep. And I think I might wrap this around onto the back. Maybe. Not sure. Let's glue it down and then have a look. Because if I use this how I said and have it sticking outside of the page, then we'd want to decorate up just this strip down here. But does this really add enough? Probably doesn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. It might just serve to remind me that it was going to stick out over the page. And it would be a good place for some washi tape or something just to decorate that side. Right. Okay, so how are we looking? Needs inking, absolutely needs inking, at least in my world. I'm wondering, do I want to use vintage photo? Wondering if I find it, what the old paper might look like. Is it a bit yellow? Well, one way to find out. Let's give it a try. Grab out a new sponge or felt for my little tool here. Sent to me by the beautiful Laurel. Very handy, very kind people, you guys. Right, I can always cover this over with vintage photo if it's not giving me the look I want. First I need to work to get enough ink on it, since it's a new felt. I think that's going to look nice actually. A little bit different to my usual vintage photo. A little bit softer maybe. Sorry, I'm having to do a lot of pressing down on my ink pad there just to get enough ink. It's alright once you've used them a while because they get an ink build up, but when it's just new and I haven't used this particular ink pad a lot, it takes a bit of extra work. I didn't put it on straight, did I? Not very straight at all. A thumb notch. I'm still wondering whether it's dark enough, but I can't tell at this point in time. I'm going to go with it because I haven't used it before, so I'm going to just run with it because it's one piece of ephemera. And I think sometimes you just need to see the whole thing to see whether it's what you like or not. Come on, get in there. Okay, perhaps not as defined. Right, I do need to do a thumb notch here. So what am I going to do? Am I going to punch through all 3 layers? I kind of think it makes sense actually, in which case I'm just going to close my ink for a moment because I just realized we also need to cover inside here for wherever the thumb notch is going to be. So I'm going to glue this down, just this part in here. I'm going to glue that together to close off that top of that pocket. So it's still open that way, but I've just closed those the very top pocket to the next one, because I need to decide where I want the notch so that I know where to do everything else. And I may need to put more glue in this if I do it through the 3 layers. What do you reckon, guys? Throw it out at me. Do I do it over here, or do I do it in the middle across the top of the 2? I'm actually liking the idea of doing it across the top of all of the layers. So do I need to glue it down? Because if I try and hold it and punch it, I think it's going to shift on me and I'll get a slight discrepancy. So don't know if this is the right move, but I am going to glue down this pocket as well now. Top and bottom. We're doing it, people. We are doing it. So I've never done it where I've punched through all the layers. I've only, like, if this is a pocket here, normally I'd do the bit that's over to the side, but I think it's just going to work better if I do it right through all the layers. I hope. Oops, that's actually not glued down yet. Let's give it a moment. Let's just hold our horses. Hold our horses. It was like, as I was saying that, I clicked. It was like, yeah, I am holding the horses. Let's give this a bit of ink while that's kind of given a moment to actually stick down without messing with it. think I need to invest in some the normal size distress inks. These little ones are a great way to test out colours, or to get ones that you don't use a lot of. You know, you just use every now and then. But if you're using them all the time, then the normal size, like this one, is a better way to go. And I'm thinking that this old paper, oh, that's not wanting to stick down. That's really annoying. Is actually a really pretty colour. I should use it more, and I think I would use it more if I had the bigger version of it. Oops, come here, glue. And I think the same with aged mahogany and ground espresso. Very useful colours for distressing, you know, for giving the age. And I really should invest also in all the other colours, the browns, like fallen leaves, and the new one, scorched timber. I'm not sure if I want the new one, scorched timber. It's like, not sure. I think there's others that I would get beforehand. Right, I think we are good now. I'm going to risk it. So I'm going to eyeball the centre, only doing the front pieces, not the back of the pocket, and trying to eyeball kind of the middle. Oh, there's quite a few layers there to get through. Now, as I suspected, I need to actually add some more glue, because I've taken away where it was glued down. After trying to get it to glue down, I then punched it out, but I needed it stuck down so it didn't move on me. So it was worthwhile gluing, taking that little bit of extra care. So it will make these pockets shorter. So we're going to go here, instead of having here, we are having like here for our pocket, but that's fine. I don't mind that. Right, so before we distress the top, let's think about what we want to put in the back here. I want to put some more text. Or a bit of the no, that blends in with that a little bit too much. What about this one? Actually, this bit down here could be fun, just sitting right in the middle of where the thumb notch is. Just tearing it to size. Oops, I almost threw that scrap in the trash. That would have been terrible. Right, now will that fit with glue inside? Is that gonna? Yes, it is. It's going to fit. Do I want to put all of that in there? It's not necessary. I'm just thinking about the ease of getting it in, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm hungry, guys. I don't know why I'm so hungry. Probably because I haven't had enough to drink. I've got my cup of tea there, half drunk. It's probably getting quite cold at this point, but I should have another sip. I tend to get hungry if I haven't drunk enough, and it's like, yeah, it's 3 o'clock. It's not my afternoon tea time yet. I shouldn't be hungry yet. Oh, come on, get in there. I might just have to do a bit of trimming at the top. And somehow that didn't, I mustn't have got it far across here because it was all puckered at the end, but it's okay. I got it smooshed down enough. Just trim it straight a little bit where I didn't get it in properly. It's like paper dust, just those tiny wee trimmings. Yeah, it's just got a fun little bit of font poking through there. Just a subtle little bit. Okay, let's now ink the thumb notch. This is where the darker ink might actually be better to kind of give it a bit more definition than what the old paper is. So I'm just really working it in there to just try and define it. Whoops, leaning on my desk and making it shake. Yeah, I do think the vintage photo, because this is quite a pale colour, I think the vintage photo might have worked better. But I'm going to leave it with the old paper colour, just because it's something different and I need to use it. It's a little bit curly, probably needs some time to sit under something heavy. But that is it. It is done. So if I grab one of these little bits that are printed 4 to a page, we have... slightly too tall. White off. So we have a pocket here. We have a pocket here. And then we have our big pocket in the top for a nice big journal card. So I'm not going to make the ephemera. I'm just going to do the envelope itself. And then on a page... So here's our lovely journal page here. I think it's going to go on this side. So it's going to hang over a little bit. Perhaps we should put something down here now. That's not really long enough anymore. A mess of stuff. Oh, what about this bit? Oh. Not down the side of the journal page, down the side of this. No, it's too much plain area. Same with that. It needs to be something that goes pretty much side to side. About that. That would work. Okay. So we're not going to see all of this. We're just going to see, like, you know, a portion. And it's just going to be graphic and interesting. Well, that didn't tear very well, but that's okay. And we could put a bit of colour on it because there's not a lot of colour going on. We could also decorate. How are we going on time? We've got a little bit of time. We could add some... Ooh, I left the lid off my glue, I think. It's got a little clogged. It's kind. Come on, glue. Come out and say hello. No, doesn't want to play. Oh, doesn't feel that clogged, but definitely wasn't coming out. There we go. That's better. So yes, I am now starting to look forward to day out on Friday. I was kind of a little bit stressed and just overtired and thinking about everything I had to do, and now as we get closer, I'm like, I've knocked a few things off my to-do list and kind of getting to the point, well, whatever's not done, it's so be it. Do my best and then get to a point where you just let the rest go. Not superwoman. Nope, definitely not. Sorry to disappoint you if you thought I was, but I'm definitely not. And feeling my frailty. I don't know if frailty is the right word, but my inadequacy very much lately. Just, it's not fun being overtired, right? So I'm going to also stress just the bit that's going to stick out over the page. There's a cool thumb mark or finger mark there from the original. It's picked up in the scan. I love that sort of detail. It's very fun. Right. So now when that's on the page, probably something like that. Just going to get this fun bit, just nice and graphics poking out. Okay, do we want to add anything? I think so. I'm going to go to the Junk Journal Studios labels from labels from days gone by. Yeah, it's like, get the name right. Now, where do I want label and how big? I think something down here. I don't want it too big, but maybe with a little bit of colour. No, a little bit too big, I think. Michelle's labels always come in multiple sizes, so I may have that same one if I haven't used it already. Yep, there's it, and smaller. Maybe we'll cover over this fox or wolf or whatever it is. It doesn't look big enough for a wolf, but I'm not entirely sure. Yep, let's pop that there. I'm not going to stress it because of the black border. It's fine. So I'll link the this label kit as well in the description box, as well as my digital here. So bye bye whatever animal you are. Might even be a dog. Maybe they're wild dogs or something. Right, and I'm feeling like maybe another little one up here. Just gonna, no, blends in a bit too much. Put these away so I don't end up with a mess. What about this pretty? No, we're going to run into our horse there. Let's have a look. No, too big. Yeah, I like that one. Although I just spied something else hiding in the back here. Just looking at the colour. No, I like that first one. But this one, again, I am not distressing because it's got a black border. Ooh, it's cooling down. I need to feed the fire. Pop that one in there. That's fun. Do I want something, you know, something? stamped numbers. Just want something neutral-ish. I was thinking round might be quite nice, just for a varying. It's not too bad. This one. Here we go. We try 15,000 different combinations. Not that one. No, not that one either. No. It's very important finding the right option. No, I feel like that's too bold. This one. That's it. That is it. I should wait and do this off camera, but I know I'm just going to end up in a terrible mess if I don't. So you can get a wee peek at my stash of stamped numbers. I sell these on Etsy if you're interested in purchasing a little bundle of them. I always send extras as well, so I think the listing is for a dozen, and I always send, you know, a few extra, just in case I miscounted or something, you know. Right, let's glue that on. And gosh, I'm bad this afternoon. I left the lid off my glue again. Fortunately, it's okay this time. Okay, that's that. Now do we want something over here? Wondering about one of these round. No, too big, covers too much. Got this. Kind of actually like it over there, but it's not as perhaps as elaborate as I would like. There, that one. This one I am going to distress around the edge, because I can see there's white around the edge where I didn't cut it very well. Oh my goodness, I'm starting to yawn. Well, not starting to yawn, I've actually been yawning a lot today. I think that's the first yawn this video, I think, though. Which is alright, that's not too bad. So I'm covering a little of that decorative detail, but I'm covering it with more decorative detail. So no biggie. Digitals. Cover it over, because you can print it and use it and highlight a different piece another time. Right, that there, and maybe a little number down here. Here we go. Hunting through the stash again. Don't think I want purple or pink. And it's the same shape as that one, so no. Nope, nope, nope. This one's got a bit of green on, but I don't think, yeah, we've got no other green, so I don't really want that one either. I'm going to have to tip them out again. Why did I bother picking them up, people? Try this one again. Margarethe added some brads and eyelets to hers, but I'm not going to. Although I could since this is going to hang out off the page, I could always do that later. I don't need to do it now, but it's an option. How do I like that? Yeah, I think we'll just pop that there. And then it's a fun piece of ephemera that all we need to do is add some bits and pieces into. Journal card, probably 3 journal cards, I think. Big journal card and then 2 smaller ones on the side. Okay, right, I will pick those up after the video because I think we are done. We haven't got time to do another one, so let's just take a moment to appreciate this fun idea. Fun idea, Margaret. Love it. Really cool, really interesting. Lots of places to tuck things. And then if you put it on the page, where did my page go? Here it is. Pop it on the page like so with our fun hangout there. Actually, I might give it a little angle. Let's do that while I think of it. Give it a ink. So that hangs off the side of the page. So you can also do it so that it's a pocket in behind, so effectively 4 pockets. If you didn't want to glue it down, but you wanted to use it as a tip-in, then you probably want to contain it within the bounds of your journal page, or make it wider and then have it fold around and be a flip. So it anchors on this side and you've got a tuck, and then it would flip out and you could have writing space or whatever. So that's another idea as well. You could put further pockets on the back if you had it as a flip out. It could be quite good. So there we go. There is my project inspired by Margaret over at SevenPlaza. I'll link her video, link all the kits that I've used to make this fun piece of ephemera. Go watch her video. She's so inspiring, and I can't wait to watch the rest of her series on using envelopes because I just adore working with envelopes. Thanks so much for joining me, my friends. Have a fantastic Friday today, Thursday and Friday, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.